How's it going, movie lovers? Time for the trailers for the rest of the month. September, trailers part 2. We got 10 trailers lined up, and I'm not going to highlight any of them because I can't figure out the dang copyright thing. I'm just going to talk about each one, first impressions. You can watch them on your own. I mean, I'll tell you obviously which ones you should probably watch. Anyways, back to things I was doing. First up is the Golden Glove, which I don't know what I just watched. It's disturbing and very uncomfortable. I really have not much to say on this because it's obviously way too caught up in the grimness of it, so it's going to be pretty bad. It just seems like a very uncomfortable experience I have to watch. It's a serial killer, kind of terrorizing people, I guess, in a certain town. I really didn't get much from it, and it's not in English, so it was kind of tough to follow. But it's just really uncomfortable to watch. So no, I don't think this one's going to be good at all. Rough, horrible, ugh. New. Next up is Villains, which actually kind of looks fun. It's kind of like a very dark plot to a lighter tone. So basically, two criminals break into the wrong house and end up with two psychopathic homeowners holding them hostage within the house.
Judging by the broke down car, I'd say both of you are on the lam.
It looks really interesting to me. It kind of looks roughly put together, so I don't know if the cinematography is going to be the best, but the writing at least sounded a little solid in the trailer. It was funny. I mean, it sounds like it could be a pretty interesting plot, especially with the whole
It's the little girl you got chained up in the basement.
Especially with the whole mental aspect of it, because you get to see two psychopathic people versus two abnormal people who happen to be criminals who are already unstable enough to go commit that crime, but now they're trapped with other two people that are just as unstable, if not probably a lot more. So I think that might be really fun to watch. So I'm going to guess Villains is going to be good. Next up is Corporate Animals, and watching the trailer, they have a pretty solid cast of actors. I'm seeing a lot of faces that I'm like, those are great people. Quick plot overview of it. It looks like a company goes on a retreat, all their employees go exploring in a cave, it caves in, and they're trapped there and now have to deal with being trapped at work and also trying to find a way to survive. This looks like the kind of movie where it's just like, let's focus on only the comedy and throw out the plot. So obviously it's real simple there. They're trapped in a cave. Which again, this kind of movie doesn't really need that much of a solid plot. They're just trying to make you laugh. And from the jokes I saw, it's probably going to be extremely dirty.
Do this. Nut up and put that pussy into it.
Not going to be the best jokes. It's just going to be dirty. I mean, that's the easiest form of comedy. It's going to be stuff like that, it looks like. I think there'll be one or two like really good jokes in there, and then the rest is probably just going to be like, cussing and sex, which I really don't like because I feel like it's more lazy comedy to do stuff like that, but I mean, whatever gets you money, right? I think it's going to be an enjoyable watch. I don't think there's going to be much of an issue there. I want to say it'll be alright to watch, like you could sit through it and you'll laugh here and there, but again, the plot is going to make it tough to get through the whole movie. Actually, I feel like it might be something that runs out of material about halfway through, or I don't know. The plot is going to be so bad, but I think it'll at least be funny. Next up is Running with the Devil. The whole plot being drug dealers' shipments are getting hijacked. He sends his two best guys to go figure out why, and Nicolas Cage is one of them.
That's the second load now. That's been light and overcut.
I'm aware.
This is your territory. It's your responsibility.
So fix it.
I don't know why, but Nicolas Cage doesn't strike me as the type to be a drug dealer or any hardcore kind of guy. Of course, he'll act in everything, so. But yeah, the trailer didn't really look solid at all. It was kind of like thrown together and nothing really special. I wouldn't even call it an average trailer. I'd say it's below average. It's kind of boring. That's a very generic track to it. It didn't seem like much effort was put into that. The plot seems like it's going to be pretty thin, and I think they're just banking off the fact that Nicolas Cage is in it, and they're going to try and sell it with his face. I don't see this going well at all. And I felt like no evil presence from it. It just, like, I didn't feel the pressure of the situation in the trailer. I didn't feel like anything really was happening. It started off with the whole raid on the truck, but like it didn't keep up, and it just kind of lost effect for me, I guess. It does not look good for it. My guess it's going to be bad. And oh my gosh, what was that fire right there? Didn't even look real. I hope that was just the shot, and it actually is solid, but whatever that was did not look good. Next up is Diego Maradona, which I was not expecting it to be a documentary when I tapped on the trailer. So I don't really know how to go about reviewing this. I know he definitely has an interesting story. So if you're going for his story, I'm sure it's going to be pretty good. It's supposed to be like just of unseen footage, so it's not like a plot of a movie or anything. It's like it is just a documentary sort of thing, so I don't.
Informazione di garanzia per il giocatore del Napoli Maradona.
I don't see how I can say whether this is good and bad. I guess in the portrayal, which I know he does have an interesting story, so I'm going to guess it's going to be good. Just for the story-wise, obviously I wouldn't be going for any of the other things I look for in a film, but if you want to hear an interesting story about a soccer player, I would say that this is probably going to be pretty good if you're into that kind of stuff. Like, if you're not into sports documentary, don't go see it, obviously. Well, actually, I guess the story kind of expands, but no, probably. This is a tough one for the audience-wise. Y'all can make a judgment call on that, though. I think it'll be all right. Next up is Zeroville, and first thing I have to say about it is, what's with the low quality? Like,
Dottie Lang, I'm cutting this movie.
I understand it could be like an artistic choice sort of thing, just like, this is the technology they had back then or something, or it could just be a low budget, I'm not really sure. It didn't look good, and it got kind of annoying. Like, there's ways you can use a more modern camera to get that kind of feel out of it, at least. It just looked like bad quality. I don't know if that was supposed to be an artistic choice, or that was just really the quality of camera they had, but it's probably going to be really annoying, at least for me, the entire movie. Also, the trailer was like kind of dull. It didn't really feel well put together at all. It did not grip my attention. It didn't leave me with any questions. It's just like, this seems really boring for what you're bringing up. It kind of seems like they're trying to like parody The Disaster Artist or something, and it's not going to go well, I don't believe. So I'm going to say this one's going to be rough and probably pretty bad. Next up is Judy, which actually I think it's going to be all right. Obviously, a famous singer goes off to London in order to find new fame, get some money in order to be with her children sort of thing.
London would offer you a lot of money.
Saying I have to leave my children if I want to make enough money to be with my children?
Honestly, it looks like a solid movie. If they would have cut the trailer basically in half, right in the middle, I would have been hooked on this right away, but it lost the energy it had from the start.
So what? You have to be home for your mommy to put you to bed?
Are you going to be all right?
Which I get was to show that it was going to be dramatic in some sense, and there's going to be some emotional parts to it, but that just dragged on and on and on. You want somebody to want to go see the movie when they see that trailer, like they're going to be motivated, they're going to see that, they're going to be hyped, they're going to be running for that movie sort of thing, which they did in that first part. I was excited for that, and then it slowed down, it lost the energy, it didn't pick back up. They could have at least released those as like 2 different trailers, because it kind of killed the effect for me, but I do think it's going to be a solid movie. It does not look bad. The writing seemed fun, at least. It's a good plot.
The world's greatest entertainer out here without a drink.
Frank Sinatra's here?
I think it'll be good. It's not going to be like revolutionary, but it'll be worth the watch. It'll be good. Next up was Abominable, which it was very clear that was made by the same studio that did DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon, because, the animation style is similar, and honestly, the plot is pretty similar, except it's in modern times instead of Viking times. Basically, girls finds a Yeti, they become friends, and she tries to get him home. Oh wait, that's kind of E.T. too. But either way, the trailer was solid. Honestly, I can't complain with this. It's going to be a mediocre kids movie. I think it'll be actually bearable for the adults to watch too. I don't think this is going to be only a kids movie, and it might end up being a pretty good one. Next is The Laundromat, which by the title I guessed it, money laundering. People are getting scammed with a fake insurance thing.
Most games, for someone to win, well, someone has to lose.
And she's trying to figure it out and stop them. I don't like the main character, at least from the little clips I saw of her.
They drowned Joe and 20 other innocent people, and somebody's making money from it.
She kind of came off as annoying. Honestly, the trailer was solid though, but it doesn't look good. It looks like they put the time into the trailer, but it just didn't look amusing. So I'm going to guess this one's going to be bad, honestly, because I don't see much here, and especially after seeing it. I think it's supposed to be like a comedy. This is looking like crap to me, honestly. I don't think it's going to be that good. Maybe mediocre at best. Next is The Day They Shall Come. The Day Shall Come. Whoops. Honestly, this trailer actually had me laughing. It was solidly made. It got some good jokes in there. I think this is going to be a sincerely funny movie. I'm actually kind of excited for that one.
Revolution!
What? Come on, tell me this ain't good.
I'm definitely gonna go see that one, honestly. It looks really funny. To sum it up, it looks like kind of a preacher whose ideas are off the wall.
Perhaps your army needs weapons?
No. We don't believe in guns. And if necessary, we'll call on the dinosaurs.
Oh, he's not like any normal religion, Catholic, Christian, none of that. He's just his own thing, resulting to horses and pacifism and dinosaurs.
It's just the horn they used to summon the dinosaurs.
And somehow he gets tied in with the FBI, and they end up leading him to do other things. I think the acting's going to be pretty solid, and I think it's going to be really funny, honestly. So I'm kind of excited for that one. And all right, there we go. We did it. New month, all done. Every trailer that I know of right now, and I'm not going to look up the other ones if they come out. We did it. Woohoo. Actually, don't forget to subscribe, because, hey, I need the help. I'm Clips, and that's a wrap.